Hi guys. Hello everyone. Just trying to find my, yes. Hey! Sorry about that. I was trying to translate some Latin. Okay. So how was homework time? I'm doing good. I've just been doing the whole thing with this TikTok thing. Not TikTok thing, this homework thing. I was like getting all my notes ready to make sure I talked about everything. I want to hear what you guys, if you guys thought, what you guys thought. Hey, Icho. Inez, you're always stressed. How can someone who doesn't pay rent be stressed? I don't understand. I'm sorry your aunt died. It's not glowing. I'm just oily. But thank you. What Latin am I studied? So I was looking at the back side of a dollar bill, what it says under the pyramid, and it says like, what does it say? Seclorum or whatever, but it says everywhere that it's supposed to spell like SAECLORUM. That's of the ages, but on the bill it says SECLORUM. That's not a word. That's not a Latin word. So I've been trying to do anagram on it, but I don't think it's English. I think it might be a Latin word that's an anagram. But I wanted to see what you guys thought about the whole fly like an eagle thing before I went in. Unless you guys want me to just go into it. Hey, Brittany. I just like broke down the whole dollar bill. I'm sure there's more to it. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. I figured out what their spell is. Okay. So, to get it started, for the past month or so, I've just been, when I go in, like I normally do a meditation on Saturdays, like where I just like meditate and I talk to spirit or whatever, but like past month, I've not wanted to get anything specific. I've just been like, can I just get like something to rest, like whenever, because I go into whatever, and like so I'm just like flying like an eagle, like literally overseas in my things. I have not thought anything about it until I said something the other day. Someone asked me about like how do I heal like past life stuff, like how do you heal past life. I made a video and it was like, the first thing I heard in my mind was time heals all wounds. I was like, time. And then that phrase, my dad told me a long time ago that everything you're worried about right now is just a blip on the screen. You just have tunnel vision right now. And that's something I say all the time to myself to make myself like not feel bad. And so I went into another meditation, try to see more into that. I asked like my question before meditation, how can I get out of tunnel vision? And then that song started playing. And so I started listening to it and I was like, Holy shit. And the last time I was told, like, one of my people, the followers, like, commented on a video I did on my bull page. I was doing this, that night, I was doing this fucking spell to help with this, like, whole, like, help people unite and shit like that. And, I went on my page to look at my comments when I was done, and someone told me that they were told to tell me that I should listen to that song. So I meditated on that, and like I saw a vision. I haven't thought about that since like November. Either way, so this brought me all to right now. I was like, oh, I forgot about that song. I love that song. Who doesn't like that song? So where am I going with this? So I'll just break it down. Steve Miller Band, that name itself has a master number in the numerology of the name. The master number being like master influencer for revolution. Steven, I forget what the name Steven means. Steven is a disciple, first of all. April, please get dressed. Holy shit. Steve means crowned. Miller comes from the Greek word Milo, which means apple. And band is obviously together. The word apple, Miller, that's the one with the master number. Let me get my shit. Let me get my notes. I'll go back outside. Yeah. So the word Miller has a master number for the numerology. It's a master influencer, massive mission to fulfill. And it says, example to be true power of love and compassion. Like if it was a personality number, that'd be a master number for that. Okay? So that's one thing. Crowned apple band. Cool. That's not symbolic. And I looked at the riffs, the chords to the song, and the tick tock tick doo 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 5 3 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 3 5 5 R. Lots of fives. 555 angel number means change, movement, shift, travel. That is ruled by Mercury or Uranus. The Hierophant is the tarot relationship. The fives of the minor arcana and temperance. And then when the song, so the entire song is like that same chord, right? The only time it change is, oh Lord, through the revolution. Then it goes from 5-5, then 5-5-5, 5-H-7, 5-H-7. 5 and 7. Do we know what 7 is? Like 7 is like the sacred number, right? In the song, there's a ghost note, and it starts when the band changes guitars, and it's 5/7, and the note is played during the words until revolution slippin'. Until we're out of this revolution, until we start a revolution, time is going to keep slipping. We're just going to keep repeating the same shit over and over and over. We need to have that revolution. We need to go from 5 to 7. 5 is like the phase, the middle, the in between 1 and 10. 7 is like where it gets difficult. That's where there's the conflict. But that's also where the revolution is. So let's get into the eagle. Eagle is what? A symbol of power, authority, nobility, and truth. In Greek, the word eagle comes from eagle, which also means ray of light. It's a symbol of Saint John, the writer of the book of Revelation. The eagle is a natural enemy to a snake. And together in symbology, they represent polarity, unity of the cosmos, all that shit. Snake represents the ego. In the Norse pantheon, an eagle sits on the Yggdrasil, the tree of life, and it's counterbalanced by the serpent intertwined by its roots. Both of those, it symbolizes mental and spiritual enlightenment. And in Native American culture, the eagle is the father. So there's that. So when I was thinking about the eagle, what the fuck are they talking about? How am I going to be an eagle? Because I'm like, okay, how can I like transform an eagle in the future? How am I going to transform an eagle to the future? Am I going to shapeshift? How am I going to do this? Like, that's literally how I'm thinking. I'm like, how am I going to shapeshift into an eagle so I can like see the future? That's too much. I don't think too much about it. What's the mascot of our country? What's on our fucking dollar bill? Time is not real. Money isn't real either. Time and money are the same. They're the things that we're all bound by. Let me get my dollar bill. I can show y'all. So I'm convinced that these dollar bills, the way they're made right now, is meant to keep us a certain way. Green is the color of money, right? But it's also the color of the heart, the spirit. They're giving a false sense of love, connection to spirit by making this the color of money. How do we do this? How am I going to talk about this? But if we look at the back, there's a seal, right? That grouping of stars, I'm about to show you. And then we have the olive branch, 13 arrows. There's that. The original motto of the US is E pluribus unum, right? And it's always been said like out of many, one. E pluribus means one from many, and unum means one. How do I show you guys this without so you can actually see it? Can you see it? The E pluribus part, the one from many part is over the olive. This is symbolizing peace. The unum is over the war. When we're only caring about the self, we're only gratifying the ego. If we're gratifying everyone, we'll have peace. This way of the stars being arranged on the seal, 7, 5, just like that fucking song. What else? Then this is like the national seal, right? So why is this labeled the Great Seal? On the 4th step of the pyramid, there's a smiley face. 4 in tarot is control, stand still, rest. The seeing eye at the top, the self-actualization, the enlightenment, is kept separate from the rest of the pyramid. They're literally made the Great Seal of our country, showing you the magic. This is literally fucking magic right now. Like, this is magic. This is a fucking sigil. As long as we're ruled by this fake shit, we're never going to get out. How else? Also, there's a hidden spider on the $1 bill. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. You probably can't see it. You have to get your own $1 bill. There's a little tiny spider right here. There's literally a web Web of fate or web of lies? I don't know. Fucking Loki. What else do I got? So, fun fact about the $1 bill. We're not allowed to change the $1 bill after 1963. They literally made it law. We're not allowed to change this. Why? (1963) was also when Kennedy got shot. You know what Kennedy was trying to do before he got shot? He was trying to change the Federal Reserve. That's why he got killed. It was also the 100th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. Talking about all these fives, right? Who's on the $5 bill? Abe Lincoln. When there was a revolution. Civil Rights Act was put into Congress on November 11/22, 1963. What's the fucking date today? But it didn't get ratified until afterwards, until 1964. They decided to enchant this fucking money before they decided to free people and make them legal human beings. Remember that. What else we got going on? Oh, the original $1 bill, Salmon P. Chase. I didn't have time to look into that guy, but he was the Secretary of the Treasury. It used to not be George Washington. It was Salmon P. Chase, the Secretary of Treasury. I can look into that name later. I'll do that later. But I did want to say more on this Great Seal, this Inuit Coptis. Together, it means enterprise signals. But when they're separate, it's Winks Enterprise. It's a lot. There's red and blue fibers woven into the bill. Red being the color of like aggression or whatever. Blue being the color of like communication, mercury or whatever. It's literally illegal for you to deface a $1 bill. Remember the 5s and the 7s from before? 1955, it was when it was required that we put "In God We Trust" on the bill. In 1957, 5-7, that was when it first got printed. And that's all my notes on that. But essentially, this money's got to go. This money's got to go. So let's break it down. I guess I wanted to put it all in like one thing because I know I'm going to repost this on my YouTube later. It's okay if you missed it. I'm going to repost this on my YouTube like after I'm done on here. Don't even worry about it. We can't get rid of the money yet, but I feel like we need to change how our relationship with money as individuals. Oh, the sea. The sea, when they're referring to the sea in Revelation, it's referring to politics and government. But the sea is also emotions. Healing. I don't know if cryptocurrency is the future. I don't know about cryptocurrency. I don't know anything about it. As long as we are ruled by money, we will never be free. We don't need someone else in power. We need to be powerful ourselves. We don't need to be ruled by anyone. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have governments and shit like that, but people need to be in their own power. That's what I'm saying. People need to know their own power so no one else can control them. It won't matter who the president is as long as you know yourself. One nation under God. Why do you keep saying that? So so everyone in here, I would just ask you, just ask yourself, is this worth having? Because, I mean, I know I'm talking about Jesus right now. I know that bothers some of you, but Jesus said that if people gave the way they were supposed to, no one would ever be wanting for anything else. Why do we have to save money? Seriously, think about why we save money in case of crisis. Because we are relying on ourselves. We're not working together. We have to give our money, we have to be self-reliant when we weren't designed to be this way. And the people in this chat are not the problem. The people in this chat are not the problem. The people that have the money are the problem. That have the money and don't give it. Greed is the problem. A great book I read about like money it's called Creating Money or Keys of Abundance in Your Life. It's in my link tree in my bio on my book recommendations. It goes into like what money is. It's just a spiritual, it's an energy exchange. Yeah, we save money to make sure we don't have to depend on others. And that makes sense because we live in a system where we're dependent on money. Like the whole system needs to crash. But what happened, like, but money is like what rules all of us. Greed is the root of all problems. How do I keep from the heaviness bogging me down? Any tips? I don't know what you're asking. Oh yeah, greed is. It's like it's the scarcity mindset that kills all of us. And it's something that's ingrained in us at all times because our worth is like by our society measure, not our community, our society measures our worth based on our money, how much money we have, what we have like materially. They don't measure our worth based on like our nature because otherwise we wouldn't have these like rich ass people in power. We elect these people because they're able to afford it. I like you too, J Mine. Right. I read something a long time ago that if we started spending, like if we just committed to spending at least $100 on small businesses instead of like our own personal money. So instead of going to like Walmart to buy your groceries, go to the corner store that's like owned by mom and pop. Spending $100 worth of groceries there instead of $100 worth of groceries at Walmart every month, we would boost the economy, triple the economy within a year. But think about if we started giving our money, like if you own a small business out there, turn your small, like, make your small business under umbrella of a nonprofit. You're not spending so much taxes, giving taxes to this government that hates you. You give it back to the people that need it. I don't know what you missed. I wasn't really paying attention. You can get on. You can hop on if you want. I'm fucking tired. Thank you everyone that's donated to Trevor Project so far. I just leave it up here in case someone wants to give. I'll match them too. I'm so tired, dude. But basically, I don't know how many of my videos you guys have watched, but we need to get our minds set in motion now towards this, because eventually this is all going to change. And we're not going to be ruled by money. And we're seeing the effects of what we do in the future now. Does that make sense? Sometimes when we're having these conversations, we're having these insights happen, it's for a purpose in the future. Like, remember this conversation, because in the future it's going to make sense. And whatever we do in the future is going to affect now. Okay? And you see that, the proof of it now, because aren't we having a coin shortage right now? We've had a coin shortage since the beginning of COVID. Because remember, time's not linear. Oh, the Age of Aquarius song? Sure. What you got? We're going to see a lot of things fall by the end of our lifetime. We're going to see a lot of things fall. We won't be able to see, I don't know if all of us will be able to see everything that we do in this incarnation, but our children's children will. It's happening now, but it's something we set in motion in the future to affect the past. There's healing done in the future that's helping our past right now. If I saw a contract with some of this up, is it possible to get them out of you? Yeah. Remove the contract that don't belong to this incarnation. And literally, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please remove all contracts. We could all say it together. Please remove all contracts that are not aligned with my highest good in this incarnation and return them back to their original owners. There is a healing on Cat and Boots' page, but where you can say it out loud, that really helped me out a lot. Well, yeah, we're seeing more than most because we're living longer. I can't get off the live right now to figure it out, but it's on Cat and Boots' page. I have to go find it. It's on her page. I think it's pinned on her page, and I've also made a video about it. I can't do it right now though. Do I do personal readings? Yes, I do. In my link tree in my bio, the first link is book a reading. Yeah. You're welcome. Sorry if I'm coming off abrupt, guys. I'm just really tired. Good evening. Thanks, River Forest. So the other one, the extra credit, was the Age of Aquarius song. So it was like, when the moon's in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, and peace will guide our planet and love will steer the stars. Whether or not this is an actual time, an actual thing, is still yet to be seen. But that date, I looked it up. Mars is going conjunct with Jupiter on May 28th, 2022 at a certain time. I put the birth chart in for that, and the moon is aligned, or the moon is in the 7th house in Taurus. But when the moon is in the 7th house, so the moon is a planet that's associated with your subconscious, your emotions, how you relate to people, emotionally, your emotional, like, subconscious self, right? The 7th house is literally how you relate to other people. So when the moon is in the 7th house, that means, like, when you start relating to people emotionally, and Jupiter aligns with Mars or conjunct with Mars. Mars is the planet of action, aggression, and also what inspires you to take action. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and, like, success and, like, status and stuff like that. So, like, when you are relating to people emotionally and building relationships upon your emotions and connecting emotionally, and when you also take inspired action to expand, that's what those lyrics mean. Yeah, there's like a stellium in Taurus. You can look up, if you look up the birth chart, it's like, if you look up when Jupiter goes conjunct with Mars in 2022, it gives you an exact time. If you put up a birth chart, like create a birth chart for those times, for that exact time when it goes conjunct, look at that birth chart. That is going to be a day where the dawn of the age of Aquarius starts. So the dawn is when the sun breaks from the horizon. It's the beginning. But that does not mean we're going to see it. Just like you don't see the sun in the middle of the sky at dawn, you see it peeking over the horizon. So that's when it starts. I'm really interested to see what babies are born that day. I'm going to track those kids. Same with those kids that were born this past year with that stellium in Aquarius. Oh, perfect. Yeah, Spirit, if it's in my highest good, please remove all contracts, promises, vows, curses, spells, magic, or mirages, except what I actively have in place that are not in my home's highest good, or would be binding to any darkness to my home. That's for a home cleanse, but there's one for you that's going to, like, combine all of the good things that you've already had in previous incarnations so that you can have them all in you at the same time. So, like, all of your shit is aligned with you right now. But don't think that Cat in Boots is the only way to do that. Like, she has her way of doing it. I have my own way, but how I do it for myself is probably not the best for everybody. But what I have done with her shit, though, I will say, like, I said that thing like months ago, and then I went back and did it again, and I felt the effects again because, like, my timeline shifted a little bit more, so I needed to go back and do it again. Hey, J-Day Gates. Best friends, but I have twin boys in about a month. Ooh. Baby Capricorns. So sorry for your best friend. Hopefully it's a Sagittarius. I know there's also an eclipse 22 over Texas. That's major. Eclipses are... This past eclipse is... like, so take note of what's happening at this eclipse for you. What's happening in your life. Don't think about it in terms of details and names and situations. Think about like what's happening in your life, because the eclipse like schedule that's happening for the next couple of years is going to look like this past eclipse. That's Capricorn, I understand. I like Capricorns, just I don't like dating them. I like Capricorn women. No offense, Capricorn. I like Capricorns. I just don't like dating them. Capricorns are great managers. Just like everybody likes to have an Aries until you have to be appropriate somewhere. It's not my fault. I have PTSD from my Capricorn relationships. Yeah, the Capricorn manager is the one who gets paid like $11 an hour, but like gets on you, the cashier, about being like 3 minutes late. Why do you care so much about your job? They literally treat you like shit. Literally every guy I've had a serious thing with has been a Capricorn, and every time it's been like tower upside down moment. Like the Capricorn lifeguard. I swear to God, the unevolved Capricorn lifeguard. My ear's ringing, so I know it's true. It's confirmation from my guides. Yo, this eclipse hit me hard. My Taurus is in Venus in the 8th house, and it's opposing my Pluto and Scorpio in 2nd house. Mine are Aries Sun, Libra Rising, Sagittarius Moon. But the good thing is, it's like whoever my soulmate is gonna be fucking loaded. It's great. Scorpios are, in a word, I don't even know. My daughter's Scorpio, but so is my baby daddy. My biggest love and my biggest hate. Libra rising. It's all good. You're not late because I'm $200. I'm supposed to be matching this shit. But oh my God. Yeah, what was that? I didn't see the comments on that, but I definitely have a fucking scar on my, over my eye. It's a fun blend. I've only dated one Taurus, and I was 19, and I made him cry. Oh my God. Scorpio with the Aquarius. Okay, that's fun. I'm Cancer married to a Leo. I mean, it could be worse. You could be a Leo married to a Virgo. Like my parents. Catching feelings for a Gemini man. Don't. My Chinese zodiac is like the sheep. I was born 91. Because they're both crybabies that don't like to talk about their feelings. Capricorns and Aries, like, they make good, like, I understand the attraction to Capricorns because they're generally ambitious, hard workers. Like, they have goals and shit like that. They have their own shit going on. Like, they're very independent, just like Aries. But, like, because both of us suck at communicating, generally speaking, it can be a shitstorm. I could see how Cancers and Virgos would get along very well because you guys both suck at showing feelings, but you're empathetic enough to understand Virgo, and Virgo picks up shit too. And neither of you will talk about it. Virgos are like some of the most humble people, like as far as like taking care of other people, but at the same time, they don't like emotionally connect. Like, they don't think emotions like are worth their time. It's really fucking confusing. Like, they take care of business, but like they don't take care of emotions all the time. That's the problem. They just need to hug more, and that'd be it. Or just shut up more. I feel like if Virgos had more filters and Capricorns opened up their throat, things would be better for everybody. Oh man, are we having this big old conversation that I did research for? Just talk about astrology? Like, I love talking about, but I'm not gonna be on here for another hour if we're gonna talk about astrology. I'm sorry. I'm fucking tired. Like, if y'all want to talk about astrology, like, just Google it. I love y'all, but I don't want to talk about astrology. I know that's why y'all like me. You secretly just want me to roast you all the time. So I was talking about, so like I said what I picked up, but like basically I just like with the whole fly like an eagle thing, it's just like we just need to change our relationship with money, and we need to help people that need help. That's it. That's it. So think of a way that you can dedicate your time, energy, money to someone that needs help. Try to do it every day in small ways. All it is, it doesn't need to be like, it doesn't need to be something where you're putting your own boundaries, your own self-care away. Even if it's just your children, they're the ones that need the most time and energy and money. But like, maybe like instead of dropping, I don't know, like instead of like buying more clothes, or if you're going to buy more clothes, dedicate, okay, for every one, like I have a closet full of clothes right now. If I want to buy new clothes, I got to get rid of 3 things in my closet. I'm going to donate it to somebody. I'm going to donate it to someone that needs it. Or if, instead of donating to a center, donate it to somebody. No. Like, this is how it works. Yes, if you just took care of the people around you. But it first starts with you taking care of yourself. Like, don't do it at the point, like if you could just commit to like giving whatever, like for me, I dedicate 10% at least of my profit to charity. And guess what? I'm not worried about money. Charity, or my sister that needs help, or a friend that needs help, or someone I see on TikTok needs help. But like, everyone needs to do it. I think honestly it's just like educating yourself and teaching other people how to do the same. Right. Like, My dad went through a midlife crisis and traded his car. He went through, like, not through, he traded his car 4 times in 2 years because he got bored. When you're going through a midlife crisis yourself, don't trade in for a new car. Trade in, if you're gonna put $2,000 down on something, give it to, like, someone that fucking needs it. But money isn't the answer all the time either. Sometimes it's like, hey, I know you need help with your fucking rent. Bless someone. It'll get back, you'll return back to you. You know how many people would, you change their life? You would change their life. I remember being so fucking broke, all I needed was like $100. And that was like so freeing. Everyone in this chat knows someone that's struggling, whether it's in their neighborhood, at work, something. You don't even have to tell them it's you. Why is there constant? Because I live across the street from a hospital. I want to do prison outreach. My guide said I can't do it yet. Thanks, Rainy. And sometimes, like, money doesn't mean, like, I know this is like, I'm drawing upon like my Christian life because like I was a Christian for 29 years. Okay. So like that's where like a massive basis of like where my giving brain comes from. Not like the Christian, like mean ones, but like the real ones. But like they talk about tithing and shit like that in the Bible. Don't think of tithing so much as like money all the time. Because not all of us have money. Like, giving your energy to someone. So if you know someone who's like a single mom that needs help, babysit her fucking kids, help her out, bring her dinner. Like, don't wait till weddings or like don't wait till somebody's funeral to bring food over. Like shit like that. You know, shit like that really does help people. I know for me, when like, because I'm fucking not so much right now, but like before this year I wasn't doing so hot. And shit like that, like offering to like someone showing up with food was such a weight off my shoulders. I know some of y'all got people in their neighborhood, they've been driving on a spare tire for fucking months. Get them a fucking tire. Like shit like that. Like shit like that will really fuck a person's life up for no reason. Local schools, absolutely. Meal trains, all that shit. Find a way to help people instead of being miserable and sad at home. And I talk to people every fucking day and they don't know how to help. They don't know how to heal. You don't have to be a fucking Reiki healer to heal people. Everyone in this chat, y'all are all healers. All of y'all have that ability within you. But not everyone's going to be like psychic, like I'm going to send you energy or whatever. Like, sometimes just your interactions can like really change people's day. We feel like we're so alone. We're all here on this app right now because we all felt alone and we wanted some stimulation. We just wanted that human connection. You have humans around you all day long that are in the same boat. And you don't have to be best friends with these people. You don't have to be best friends with these people. Just be kind. Say hello. This shit can change someone's day. Imagine you doing that and now it's going to make them happy and they're going to do it too. You know? That is how we change the fucking world. That's how we change the world. And for whatever reason, we live in a society where it's fucking weird to talk to people. No, stop. It's weird that we aren't talking to each other. Small amount, yeah. Rainy, I don't know what microloans are, but that sounds like something I want to get in on. Seriously. I would love to create a network eventually where people are like, this is what dawned on me today. What's up, baby?
Didn't you draw that picture that has Odin and stuff?
No, I ordered that.
Oh.
Thank you, though. What do I say? Okay, so hear me out. Society is ruled by money and shit like that, right? And I was thinking about the people that are actually in prison. How can I help people that are in prison? You help people in prison by helping out their mothers, by helping them as children. But it all stems back to helping women, truly, empowering women. And in this country, we don't even have like guaranteed paid maternity leave. Like legally, you have to give women 6 weeks of maternity leave, right? But is not required to be paid. What if I was like, I want to create something, not now, I don't have the ability right now. I don't have like the support in order to do that right now, to make a nonprofit so women don't have to feel pressure to leave their jobs until like 6 months after the baby's born. So they can have all their bills paid for like 6 months. So if they want to quit their job, they can. Because that would make such a difference in everyone's psychological up here. Those babies that are coming in are responsible for bringing in whatever the next generation is, and that generation is going to fucking change everything, right? Those babies don't need trauma. Everyone in prison right now, 95% of people in prison right now never received pre-K, childcare, any of that shit. Because they're too fucking poor. And so as a result, they go to school not on the same level as, say, other kids that went to pre-K. Why were they able to go pre-K? Why were they able to go childcare? Because their mom was able to afford it. Or they had families that were able to afford it. So they go to the system, and because their mom's fucking broke, or their family's fucking broke, they're probably in a lower income area. Those areas, the poor schools, always score low on tests. And when you score low on tests, you don't get funding. You don't get funding, you don't get support in school. You don't get support in school, your education is flawed. So you go through the system, they pass you because the teachers are exhausted and underpaid. And then they graduate, and they're more liable to fail. This system is meant to keep us poor. When you're poor, you do desperate things like sell drugs, like fucking steal shit. You might come from a home with domestic violence and all these like fucking broken homes and shit like that, because you don't have the support at home. And then you end up in prison. Which is fucking slavery. Because as soon as you get that felony charge slapped on you, you're a fucking slave. You can't vote. You can't defend yourself. You can't get a job. You can't get a credit card. None of it. So what we do, we go to the source. We take care of women. So they can actually take care of their babies. They don't have mommy issues later. My mom had to go to work and work 3 jobs just to support me. 1 in 8 children in these poor schools come from single parent homes. I'm a single parent. I know I bust my ass trying to get shit together. But I know my kid, if I had to go away to work and she had to come home, that leaves her time by herself where she can make all her decisions. That's when she's sneaking in boys, getting pregnant, having parties, drinking, doing drugs, getting involved with gang shit, all that shit. Because the mother doesn't receive help. If we would just help moms, that's it. Everything else would be better. Yes, I was talking about that earlier in my live earlier. Like, Angel, you know about how, like, you go to boot camp? First of all, like, when you get recruited, they recruit in, like, these poor counties, right? They promise you, like, going to school, free healthcare, housing, all these deals, take care of your family, all this shit. But you gotta, like, come with us. We'll help you, but you gotta come with us. You get to boot camp, they literally shave your head. This is your spiritual protection on your crown. This right here. This stuff you have on your head is your protection. They completely shave them, just like you would if you were a monk going into not seminary, monastery. It's the same shit. They're just indoctrinating you. Instead of something spiritual, they're just like making you part of the man. Then we go take these young boys, we give them a gun, go shoot this brown person so I can get some more oil. Come back, they're fucking traumatized. They don't give them any kind of mental health care whatsoever. If they do, it's a fucking like nightmare to go through the VAA. It's stupid. Oh yeah, and you'll get 0%. You can get all these like fucking car loans, and you get a house loan. You can get all this debt that you can't manage because you're a fucking E3. Like, it is so. What they do to our military, what they do to our poor. But you know you can get out of your military contract if you're like, if you get like $1 million or some shit like that. If you become too rich, you can get out of the military. There's a thing in the contract you sign. You can buy out of this, but it's like $1 million. I shit you not. Oh yeah, I know firsthand. My dad was in the Army. My dad was in for 21 years. My grandfather was in Air Force. My other grandfather was a naval officer. My uncle was a master gunny in the Marine Corps. My other uncle was in Air Force. My other uncle was in Army. Like, all of the men in my family were military. I grew up on Army base. Like, I see April's dad was in the military. I live in a military town. I grew up this way. If you have money, you're worth more. Yeah, they don't want gay people in the military because you know why? Because you wouldn't be able to, like, you have an identity that's outside of what they want. You would express yourself differently, naturally. They don't want you to express yourself. A light for them all? No. My dad's cool. I don't talk to any of them. The Air Force grandpa was the pedophile. He was poor. Grew up in Appalachia. Other grandfather, he's my grandfather, but he's not my blood relative. He's an asshole. But I like him because he's my grandma's person. The Marine, he was in and out of rehab 6 times. And they gave him, it was like back when they gave him a choice, like you can either go to jail or join the Marines. He joined the Marines. I've got good people in my family, except for the pedophile one, but to say that I'm a light for them would imply that all but my father take me seriously. Hey guys. Oh yeah. No, I get on great with my family. They don't take me seriously. I don't care. My dad does. My dad listens. Paw Patrol. April, I told you I don't want you to watch Sniper Wolf. Can you watch something different than Sniper Wolf? Oh. And there you are. I remember those days when I used to like say the national anthem before movies. Hey. And she's watching this like Sniper Wolf YouTuber. She's so fucking annoying. I can't stand the people that April watches on YouTube, especially on Sniper Wolf. Sniper Wolf's the only one that I make her change because I'm like saying it. The other ones, I don't really like them, but they're not bad. They're like kids that like make videos and shit like that. I'm like, okay, that's cute. Whatever. Sniper Wolf is just, why is she yelling so much? Why? I'm about to block Sniper Wolf off my YouTube channel. You know, I'm gonna do that after I get off here. I'm gonna block her so she can't find her. Yes. Hello, friends, it's me. And today I'm gonna talk to you about blah 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 blah. Oh! Every fucking day. I can't stand Sniper Wolf. And she talks about like some episodes are fine, but then some episodes I'm like, yo, you are 7. You cannot listen to someone talking about like ass and titties and shit like that. It's not messed up. You know what's messed up? Having to listen to that shit in the background. There's other one like a Baby Teeth 4. That one's okay. I just can't stand their voices. Right. Like, you can listen to Taylor Swift. But even Taylor Swift, the fuck? Her last album, like, shit. Now I know how my mom felt when, like, Britney came out with that fucking, Slave For You song. Like, oh, remix. Where Christina Aguilera came out with that Dirty song. I wasn't allowed to listen to Christina Aguilera. I wasn't allowed to listen to Genie in a Bottle. Because she's like, I don't like when you're singing Rub Me the Right Way, Honey. And I'm like, I remember thinking my mom was insane. But now I'm like, nope, no, I get it. I don't want my kids saying about how you need to rub me the right way. And like, I have to catch myself now because I like to listen to rap music. I like to listen to shit too. So like that one song that get that bread, get that head, then leave. So I was listening to that song with April in the car, and she's saying like, I ain't gay, but I let a bitch eat me out. April definitely said that. And I was like, yup, can't we listen to this? We can't listen to this anymore, I'm sorry. No, April, you don't need to sing about how you need to let a bitch eat you out. Sorry. God bless. Sorry. Sorry in advance. I remember my little sister, she's 10 years younger than me. That song, Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake came out when she was like 6 or 7. I don't remember. But, there's a background singer like, yeah, yes. And I remember my little sister in the back seat like singing that. I'm like, what? Wait, no, we can't listen to this. Stop moaning. The fuck? Hey. Yo, Daniel Tiger. I miss Daniel Tiger. Oh my god. Bloodhound Gang. I love Bloodhound Gang. I wasn't allowed to listen to like AC/DC growing up. Like Highway to Hell. Oh no. I wasn't allowed to watch fucking the Smurfs. I was never allowed to listen to Eminem. I grew up in a very strict house. It's because you're Australian. You guys are weird. Yo, I love Daniel Tiger. He's got some good life advice. If you feel so mad and you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. You right, Daniel Tiger. Thanks for all the likes, guys. So what else are we talking about? I know y'all are on here talking about Tiny Tiger. Yo, fuck Caillou. Dragon Tales, lots of fun with Dragon Tales. Come along to Dragonland. My weed adventures, no updates on that. I've been doing research, but the person that I'm supposed to be collaborating with is an unreliable source, so I still want to go somewhere with that. I just don't have the person that I thought I was going to be doing it with around. Of course we'd be friends. I'd never know a stranger. Or what about, yo, okay. So, have y'all watched Sesame Street recently? Because they have a puppet for, like, representing, like, everyone now. Like, they have an autistic puppet now, which is cool. But they also have an HIV positive puppet. And I was watching this comedian last night talking about it. And he was like, so who the fuck is fucking a puppet that made him contract HIV? That's what I want to know. Let's see what's going on. Speak on what your focus is for the next stage of your own journey. I'm trying to think. I hate saying stuff because I always say something and then it changes because I think it's one thing and then it turns out to be another thing. Or I interpret it based on, because I've so far in my year, last year, 2020, Knight of Cups was popping up the most. And then this year, then it was Temperance, and then this year it's like the Death card and the Empress. The Empress always pops up. So, Knight of Cups was me getting on TikTok. And then Temperance was like grounding myself, getting back into nature and shit like that. And then up next is Death and like motherhood and shit like that. And I've kind of like was like transforming my relationship with motherhood, like with my own mother, with my own version of motherhood, my own cycle, like healing all that shit. And also the birth of a new creative process, birth of a new idea. So I'm in the birthing stage right now. Where that's going next, I'm not sure yet, because I was told to stop doing so much fucking divination on myself. So I've just been kind of doing things where I feel that. Nine of Cups means enjoy where you're at right now. No, I don't. I don't know if Kundalini awakening is what happened to me. I'm not sure. No, I don't do daily self readings. I do daily meditations. I appreciate that. My plans for my YouTube, I don't have any. Right now, if we're doing the tarot thing, right now I'm in hermit mode. Doing a lot of looking within to see where I want to go next. Digesting what I already understand. And building upon that. Like I've done a lot of growing the past year, and I'm happy that like at first I was like kind of getting frustrated because I felt like everything was like stagnating, but it wasn't really stagnating. I was just getting used to where I'm at right now. And now that I'm not trying to rush things or get somewhere, things are happening back to normal. It's weird. Like if you're not trying to control, like right now is like all about divine timing and surrendering and not trying to control the future. So if I have an idea of what the future holds, I'm going to try to control how to get to that point I know what's going to be happening next for myself, but I don't want to have any kind of control over it because my human ass will fuck it up somehow and make it take longer. So right now it's like I'm letting things just happen more organically, intuitively. Like where I can release control is where I need to. And ultimately, like, my spiritual journey is really important and everything like that. But like, I'm journeying a lot this past year. I'm kind of happy to not. Because I have like human things I want to do. Like move. Surrendering looks different for everyone. Like, have a goal, but release the expectation of what the outcome's going to look like. Tennessee. I'm moving back to Tennessee. I was told that I was talking to somebody who's not even on here like that much. He doesn't post content or anything like that. Super wise, and like really in touch with shit, but like the most down to earth person at the same time. It's so fucking weird. Like, he is like 50 something years old, Southern, like, would not expect this guy to be as connected as he is just based on what he looks like and how he sounds, shit like that. And he's not like witchy at all. Like, he doesn't understand like the things that we understand. Like, if I talk to him about like astral shit, he's like, what are you talking about? But he was telling me that, but he's like incredibly like in tune. It's so weird. So I was talking to him about stuff, and he was saying, he's like, the next part of your transformation, the thing that you're needing to do next on your path, is the thing you're the most resistant of thus far. Like, you're gonna have to do something you've not wanted to do this entire time. I was like, okay, I guess I'm moving to Tennessee then. I don't want to go to Tennessee. But I've gotten, now that I'm like, have my mind wrapped around it, I've just like accepted that's what's going to happen. So it's not even like I know I have a choice in the matter, but I also have a choice in my mindset. That place is where I need to go. And I'm not looking forward, I hadn't looked forward to it because I didn't have my mind wrapped around it correctly. Oh, I know I'm a teacher. Oh, you're welcome. My entire family lives in Middle Tennessee. But it makes sense because, like, prior to all of that, like, my niece, my sister's daughter, was born in the beginning of October. And I didn't go see her until like 2.5, 3 weeks after she was born. And it was like that weekend I was like, I don't want to not be in her life. I didn't know that I could love someone else's kid the same way I love April. Like, I am so like, I know she's just a little 3-week-old baby, but like, that's my baby. I don't know if that makes sense. Why is nobody in the spiritual community talking about emotional intelligence? I don't know, because that would be incredibly useful. People really need... That's why I've been trying to implement that more into what I'm talking about. Because, like, when you understand psychology and, like, emotional shit, like, the spiritual like, it doesn't have to be separate. It goes hand in hand. Just like if you understand science, you can also understand spirituality, and by spirituality you can understand... Like, everything's, like, layered. It's just how you're speaking on it. Oh, I'm lucky to have them. Honestly, I don't really stay on my For You page like that. I get on here, I talk to you guys. Russian doll effect. Yes. That's a perfect way to describe that. Everything is like one and the same. But no, there's a lot of like stuff that people need to work on. I'm just really, I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but like I'm not like clapping back the way I used to. I don't feel like I need to do that, because that's not how, like, my initial response should not be the response. My initial reaction should not be the response. So I'm like, okay, how can I make this a teaching opportunity to learn about communication? Because I'm learning, like, within my own, like, shadow work and shit, when I'm, like, upset by someone, it's not the person I'm upset with, it's what they're saying I'm upset with. Why is what they're saying upsetting me? And that's it. So I take the person out of it. I take that emotional whatever out of it and look at it logically. It makes life so much easier. Like, sorry. I got upset. Like, for example, I got upset by something my sister said back in September. And then, like, I was pulling on it. I was doing cards on it. I was like, my sister isn't the problem. My sister supports me. The problem is what she's saying. My sister is just a beacon for that. For like what I need to address. That I'm like trying to avoid whatever she's saying, avoid addressing whatever she's calling me out on right now. It's not my sister saying it. She's being used by my guides or some shit. Like, the interactions you have in your life, like, you literally asked for, you signed up for. So instead of repeating the process over and over, take control over it. This person isn't making me upset. I'm allowing myself to be upset. Why? Why am I upset by those things? That makes you not be so mad at the other person. Sometimes family isn't connected the way you want it to be. Well, yeah. I feel like the people in our immediate family are essential for like our developmental years, but after you grow into adulthood, like, they're not essentially like necessarily like essential for your growth. Like, those relationships are perks after you move out the house. So just like you would want, like, work on a relationship with a friend, if you wanted to work on a relationship with a friend, you got to do the same with your family. And it's just like any other relationship, things take work. But if you love a person enough, they're worth the work. Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah. You guys are my friends too. Like, I know it sounds corny as fuck, but like, every day I'm excited to get on here and interact with you guys. Because just like you guys like see me as a friend, like I see you guys as friends. Like, and it drives me crazy when you guys get readings with me and I don't know who you are until the end. I'm like, you're Shannon Elizabeth 218? What? You're Space Gulu? Why didn't you tell me? Yeah. I think girl over you. I thought girl over y'all. Y'all are nuts. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm not gonna be like, no, don't give me compliments. No, don't be my friend. I'm not gonna say no. March 15th. The Ides of Mots. Agrippa. I started to read Agrippa, the Philosophy of Magic. I started to read that and then it got sidetracked. So this is what I do. I don't know how many of y'all are tarot readers out there, but like, I'm very Knight of Wands reversed, and I've been trying to curb that. Knight of Wands reversed is my ADHD card, by the way. But like, when I'm reading, because like I will sit and read an entire book like in one sitting, because I'm like, there's more, I gotta get more. But like now when I'm reading, like, because I get like so many fucking like downloads sometimes depending on what I'm reading. So whenever I have like a mind moment, that's when I like close. That's when I like stop, and it helps me like process the information better. I gotta get off here and like one more cigarette. No, I don't think it's weird. The feeling's mutual. The feeling's mutual. Mama Nation, I don't know if you've gotten a reading with me or if you're gonna get a reading with me. And I'm not telling you should, if that's not something you want to do. But like, you are so fucking connected. And you say things to me in my comments just about every other day where I'm just like, she gets it. You understand. And that's really hard sometimes. Within my like my path, not to make anyone like feel lesser or whatever. I'm just like up here sometimes, and it's hard to find other people who are up here that understand what I'm talking about. They don't have to like teach while I'm explaining, if that makes sense. And that's not a bad thing. Like, I'm happy to like I'm here for every conversation that I have, but like, you get it. It's hard. Hey, Hoodoo Brujo. Oh, Modern Tarot. I love that book. Next month, I want to know. What's the... I'm excited. Justine, yes. We had such a good reading. We're not slow. You're not slow. You're going the exact pace you're supposed to go on. This isn't like high school or college or like human life. This isn't muggle shit. There's no graduation. There's no test. There's no SAT. There's none of that. I mean, there are, but it's not the same. You move at the pace you're supposed to go at. And you have to trust that you're moving at the pace you're supposed to go at. And so I was talking earlier with it, like, feeling like you need to control things. Release the expectation of the outcome, because when you're so hung up on what it's supposed to be, you'll never get that, because that's not how it works. It's so hard. And like, trust me, I'm a fucking control freak. I didn't say that. You are prepared. It is hard to focus when I read books, because when I was reading them before, I was reading them the way I was supposed to read them. Felt like I had to read them. Now I just like, when I want to read a book, I pick books intuitively because I have a left to pick from that I haven't read yet. And then I just pick one intuitively, and then I just open to the page. I just open my book up. And so I might start at chapter 6. I might only read chapter 6. That's all I need to read.
Please move. Please move.
Fully activate your third eye. You have to trust your intuition more. You know, if you just put some like soda light on your forehead and meditate. Put some fucking amethyst on your forehead. Astrophyllite will open up every pathway. Just like lay there for 20 minutes. I'm astrally projecting right now. I can't do audio shit unless I'm like driving. That's an audiobooks when I'm driving only. I can't do it otherwise. And like, I'm a reader that like annotates. Like, I write up all in my books. Like, when I read shit like that, like, I have to take notes. And I change out the colors and shit like that. That's how... Damn, I do a lot of ADHD shit. Listen to music at the same time. I always put a record on. And then, like, that gives me something to look forward to. When you're an adult with ADHD... Okay, so, like, I don't know if y'all... Oh, I want to tell you guys this. You know how, like, sometimes when you're meditating, you pass out? And you get frustrated with yourself because you passed out? Especially, like, to guided meditations. Like, there's that past life regression one that everyone does. Or, like, any of those guided ones, they're like, meet your spirit guides or some shit like that. If you fall asleep, don't feel bad. Because your rest is more important. Like, that's... I had to, like, think about that. Like, if you fall asleep during meditation, you need to trust that your rest is more important than whatever that meditation is doing. And if someone... And you have to trust that your subconscious is still going to that place and that information is still in your head. Like, you still retained all those things. You just fell asleep. To keep myself from falling asleep. To relax. I meditate in the bathtub. Like, in the water. I won't fall asleep in the water. Socratic seminar, yeah. We were talking about the homework assignment I made up earlier this week. Right. And don't feel like you have to meditate for like 30 minutes a day. Like, that's not possible for some people because you have like other things in your life. But like, if you can do like 5 minutes a day, like seriously, like 5-minute meditation, a 7-minute meditation. And if you do just 7 minutes a day, it builds like it takes practice to get able to like get into that state. You just gotta practice, just like everything else. Practice makes perfect. Oh, I meditate every day in the morning for at least 30 minutes. But that's because I do like, but not necessarily during the on the weekends. But I only do that because I do tarot readings. It helps ground my energy. And if the schedule allows for it, I will try to meditate in between every single reading, at least for 5-10 minutes. Because like, then I'm like all fresh and new for the next reading. And I get better insight during that reading. But not everyone's like a tarot reader full time. So like, I wouldn't say like that's necessary for you. But like, instead of coming out here for a smoke break, I might meditate for 10 minutes. Yeah, meditation during housework, absolutely. I like that little Rubbermaid, like, electric toothbrush situation where you can scrub, like, the baseboards. And my walls have, like, indents in it where April's put her little sticky hands. These things are great. The grout on my tub, I've never had a more spotless tub than I have the past few months since I got that thing. Put my meditation music on, my breathing, I'm breathing, and I'm just, like, focusing on this one little task, and I get all these fucking insights. But either way, I gotta get going. Any final thoughts? Any final questions? It's like $12 and it's awesome. I gotta go too. $245. Thank you guys. Y'all are awesome. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Love you guys so much.